Okay, it says that we are live on YouTube for the last of our free training series in the past few weeks. So it has been so good. If you are joining me here, let me know whether you're joining me now in Zoom or in YouTube live stream. Let me know down below in the live chat where you're coming from, where you're tuning in from, and what you hope to learn and to get from this training that we have today. So let's see. Awesome. Okay. So, friends, so excited for today. As I mentioned, this is the last of our 3 free training series that we have had in the previous weeks. So, um, hey, Michelle, so good to have you here. We are just starting out the training, and let me just go ahead and share my slides. Okay, let me see. Okay. The YouTube thing is blocking my window. Okay. Awesome. I believe now it is good. Let me know if you guys can hear me as well. If you're watching the live stream on YouTube as well. As I said, let me know where you're tuning in from. And if you're watching the replay, if you're just catching the replay, then make sure to comment below what you want to get out of this training as well. So I'm so excited, and I hope that the noise from the building construction that is going in our neighborhood is not too loud right now, and that you can hear me. Awesome. Thanks so much, Michelle, for letting me know that all is well when it comes to the audio. Okay, so excited again. Why do I keep saying I'm excited? Maybe that's because I'm really, really excited for today's training, because our topic for today, ladies and gentlemen, is marketing like Jesus, strategies to successfully sell your online course. And we had our free trainings before. In the past 2 weeks, we've talked about how you can be able to create your online course even if you don't have too much time, and how you can be able to create your online course if you even if you don't feel like you are too techy or too tech savvy, and that you feel like the course text setup, all of that is a bit too complicated for you. And so, okay, Michelle says, here from South Carolina, I officially have a course now. So this is perfect timing. That's amazing. And I hope that you can share, that you are going to get value and nuggets from this training so that you will be able to successfully market your online course, Michelle. And yeah, awesome. Okay, let's so, I know that I always like start my free trainings with this, because some of those who have, just watched me or found me via YouTube may not be able to have known me just yet. And maybe it may be the first time right now that you're watching this, if YouTube suggested my videos to you, or you're wondering, who is this girl talking about marketing like Jesus? I am, by the way, a very avid Jesus lover, and I'm even wearing a Jesus is my CEO hoodie here. He's changed my life, and the reason that I have this business I believe is because he has given me this business to steward. I don't really own this business. I'm just stewarding it, right? I'm just trying my best to be able to use the things, the gifts that he has given me, and be able to equip and encourage and serve and support the people that he has put in the realm of influence of my business, Myra. And so, hi again. If you have just come across me online, then hi, my name is Myra Kate. I am a kingdom-driven entrepreneur, online course creator, and strategist and author. And I help kingdom-driven women coaches and entrepreneurs get their online courses done and ready to launch in 40 days without stress and overwhelm. And we do that through our course creation done for you services and programs in my business, Myra Co. And my mission really is to help women across the world be able to multiply their income and impact and steward their God-given gifts so they can create ripple effects of positive transformation. I've talked about this ripple effect thing in the previous trainings, and so I'm not gonna delve deep on that, but the gist is that one drop, right? You being able to help your online course students and them being able to transform their life and also be able to, help their family and the people around them, or maybe build a business that's going to impact other people, and those people helping other people, and the impact goes on. One tiny drop has changed the entire course of the ocean, right? So you may have seen me in these publications as well, the Yahoo Finance or the Mentors Collective. I've also been featured there. But most importantly, as I said, I'm a kingdom-driven entrepreneur. I run my business, and I really do believe that the Holy Spirit is an unfair advantage if you're a Christian entrepreneur yourself, because we are following the best person, capital P, of all time. And he has even given us the manual for life, which includes the manual for business, which is the Bible. And yeah, let's do business God's way. Let's create courses God's way. Let's market courses God's way. Okay. So if you haven't yet, I invite you to watch the previous training that we did. It's the course creation simplified for non-techies. So all of the previous trainings are the replays are all live on my YouTube channel, Myra Kate. So feel free to check that out. I will also, when I fix the description for this live and the replay later after this session, I'm going to put the description, the link for the replays as well. So what you'll discover today is why is Jesus the best marketer of all time? Why we even have to learn from him in the first place? And then what's our ultimate goal as kingdom-driven entrepreneurs and course creators or aspiring course creators? If you haven't really delved deep into course creation yourself and you're just here to you're just on the beginning phases of becoming a course creator, and it's just an idea right now for you. And then 3, reframing your mindset to selling your course successfully. And 4, Christ-centered strategies for marketing and selling your online course. So I'm so excited for this. Again, let me know in the comments if you're watching on YouTube or even here in Zoom, if you are excited for this session and what you want to learn from as well when it comes to marketing like Jesus and being able to market and sell your course successfully. Okay, but I want to also start, as I have started the previous trainings as well, with an encouragement to you. I talked about my story and the story of some of my other clients before. And this is really to encourage you that if they were able to do it, then so can you, right? And right now I want to highlight my client, Deidre Orr's story. Dee is a mom, a consultant, and a career coach. And when she reached out to me, she wanted to create a program that would give her more reach and income in her business. But at that time, she didn't know how to create a course. She felt like, everything was so complicated, and she lacked the time to create it. And one of her questions to me was, Myra, how are we going to sell my online course? But now we helped her get her course done. And that course that we have created has now made her more than 15,000 plus additional revenue in her business since she launched it. And it continues to grow by the day because online courses are amazing like that. It can be your passive income stream. It can generate you income even when you're sleeping, even when you're in travel, even when you're busy on your one-on-one coaching sessions, even when you're, taking care of your kids, all of that. So this is really the potential of your online course, right? And the significance of having one, especially if you are a kingdom-driven expert or entrepreneur. And so this is what Deidre said, right? So working with Myra has been such a blessing. She's so sweet, so professional, and so knowledgeable. She took pride in my project and made it exactly how I envisioned it. Myra is a true expert, and I value her ideas and suggestions to make all of my projects 1,000 times better than I could even think of. So these things, I don't just talk about it lightly, because I also want you to think that that if we were able to create these successful courses, me and my clients working together, right? Then all of the things that I have to share to you are things that have worked, not just for me, but also to my previous clients, right? And so you are in good hands. And I do hope that once again, you are going to get a lot of value and a lot of nuggets from this training. So if Deidre did it, so can you. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to start off this training with talking about why did I title this training as a marketing like Jesus. Myra, why marketing like Jesus? Well, first of all, it's inspired by the book that I have read a couple of times now. It's the book Marketing Like Jesus, 25 Strategies to Change the World by Darren Shearer. So I encourage you to get that book in Amazon, whether the physical copy. I've read the Kindle copy. I can't find, oh yeah, here it is. So this is my Kindle and Marketing Like Jesus right here. So check that book out. It's really, really insightful. And I've learned a lot from that as well. And the only thing is, when you read books like this, it's not enough to just read them, right? The next step is to execute what we have learned. And another reason, perhaps the most important reason why I titled this training as Marketing Like Jesus, is that I do believe that no other person in the history of this world has made a profound impact on people, culture, society, in families, in the lives of everyone, like Jesus. And here is why I believe he is the best marketer of all time. First, he lived 2,000 years ago. That was 2,000 years ago. And some sources say that only about 60,000 people witnessed his ministry then. Like personally, they were there. What I would do though, to be able to hug Jesus personally on my own and to be able to touch him. But soon, when the time comes, when it's God's time. But not right now, Lord. We have a job to do. I have a job to do. But sometimes I cry at night, just thinking about the time that I'll be able to personally be face to face with Jesus and be able to hug him and thank him for everything that he has done in my life and everything that he has been in my life. But I digress. So according to Pew Research, though, that was then, right? 2,000 years ago, he lived and walked in this earth, and 60,000 people, apparently some sources say, have witnessed his ministry by then. But now, let's talk about now. According to Pew Research, as of 2010, 31% of the world's population identifies as a Christian, as Jesus's followers. Can you believe that? 1 out of 3 persons in this world is a Christian. So that is how huge Jesus's influence and message is, and how God has really graced us as his followers to be able to spread the word. And we do that not just by evangelizing and by quoting Bible verses in our businesses, or by essentially just serving other Christians. No, right? We can be in businesses, in industries where we don't exactly, where it doesn't seem like it's too very like churchy or very Christian in a way, but still, through our lives and through the way that we're stewarding our businesses and sharing our message, sharing our voice to the people that God has called us to serve, we are also able to somewhat influence them as well, and be able to allow them to see God through us, right? So that's one thing why Jesus is the best marketer of all time. Another thing, every year, every December 25th, we celebrate Jesus's birthday worldwide, which we call the holiday Christmas, right? And then Guinness World Records says the Bible continues to be the best-selling book of all time. These are all research-based, by the way. It is impossible now to know exactly how many copies the Bible has been, printed in roughly the 1,500 years that it has been standardized, that the contents of the Bible have been standardized. But there was a research conducted by the British and Foreign Bible Society in 2021, just like 3 years ago now, that suggests that the total number probably lies between 5 and 7 billion copies. 5 to 7 billion copies were already printed by the year 2021. Now it's probably even more, right? So the Bible still continues to be the best-selling book of all time. And then many people also all over the world are named after Jesus, right? And perhaps the most important point here is that no matter the persecution, the mockery, the imprisonment, the criticism, and even the execution that are done to the people who spread his message throughout history, his followers still continue to grow by the day, right? So no matter how much they try to burn the Bible and try to how do you call this? Like criticize and socially isolate people who say that they follow Jesus, right? Still, we as Christians are growing by the day. Our numbers are growing by the day, right? So the Father really sent Jesus to influence people with the world in general with one big idea in mind. This is what we can perhaps see as the one big idea that Jesus was selling us all into. And that is that he is the chosen one, that he is the way, the truth, and the life, and that no one comes to the Father except through him. He was marketing the very reason for our existence. He wasn't just selling another product. He was marketing, he was sharing his message of salvation, forgiveness, and redemption to the world when he walked, and then commissioned his disciples and everyone else and all of his followers, right? That even when he died and ascended to heaven, died, resurrected, and ascended to heaven, right? Then he was still able to continue sharing and spreading that word through the Holy Spirit that is dwelling in us, right? So those are really the reasons why I believe Jesus is the best marketer of all time, right? He rose from the grave. That's another thing, that he contradicted a lot of beliefs before and behaviors at that time that eventually angered the people that had him crucified on the cross. And yet on the third day, right, what a shock to their faces when they finally see him rose from his grave, was resurrected, right? So, and that, by the way, is still historically recorded. And so there's not a lot of time for me to talk about that anymore here. But hope that this really, this really makes you internalize that Jesus is really the best marketer of all time. Until now, his influence still lives on. So how can we learn from him, right? How can we do our business his way? So really, what is our goal as Jesus' followers, right? Well, our goal is really is not to become Jesus. Ultimately, the Father is calling us to be Christ-like in all areas, in all our endeavors, including our endeavors as course creators, as kingdom-driven entrepreneurs, as aspiring course creators who want to be able to steward our God-given gifts and expertise and turn them into courses that can bless other people, that can equip other people, and that can also bless us all in return, right? Be able to help us have time and financial freedom and gain back more of our time and be able to multiply our impact as well. So that involves a lot of marketing, especially when we are in business. We're doing a lot of marketing, and marketing essentially, the definition of it, you can take note of this, is that essentially it is the process or the activities that spark interest, that leads people to be interested in your product, in your online course, in whatever your business is. That's essentially what marketing is, right? So now I want to talk about this verse, Matthew 5, chapter 5, verses 14 to 16. It says, "You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden, nor do they light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lampstand, and it gives light to all who are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven." When I read this, I had the ultimate revelation. And let me talk to you about them. So as his followers, I realized that we are called to be, especially as course creators who are his followers, right? We are called to be, number one, light of the world. So we are not, so what use is our light if we can't spark the light in other people's lives, right? We are called to be a light that is not just put under a basket to be hidden, but on a lampstand for it to give light to all who are in the house. Light to all who are in the house. It doesn't mean we have to be a president of the nation, or Martin Luther King, or Mother Teresa, or Michelle Obama, or Oprah Winfrey, or the people, the most popular people, to be able to become the light of the world. We are called to be the light of the world, even just in our own house. And that doesn't mean it obviously means in your house, in your family, in your friends, in your neighborhood, in your community, in your church, right? But nowadays it's also your offline, your realm of influence offline, your audience online who are following you, your clients, your online course students, and your potential online course students, right? The people who follow or subscribe to your channel, things like that. They are people who benefit from you showing up as the light of the world, right? And another thing is that we are called to be a city that cannot be hidden. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden. God put us on a hill, on the top of a hill, and it cannot be hidden. That means It is essentially our choice if we are going to stay under our shell. It is essentially our choice if we create an online course or a product in our business and think, okay, I've done my job. That's it. Like, I'm just gonna wait for people to buy it. And then wait and wait and wait, and no results come. And we're like thinking, when we're questioning God and thinking, God, why are you not blessing my course or my product? And like, God's like, but I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you to put your course out there. I'm waiting on you to talk about it so that people can be gravitated to your message, to who you are online, who your brand or business is, and gravitate and know that they can trust you and know that your course is actually for them. But how will they ever know that your course is for them, or find your course even, or be aware that you even have a course in the first place, if you are not selling it, if you are not marketing it, if you are not even talking about it, right? So we should take this verse seriously. We are a city that cannot be hidden, right? And essentially, it will be our choice if we do the job. It doesn't mean we're gonna have to like do stuff that are out of our control. The things that are out of our control, we surrender that to God. But the things that we can do, especially if the Holy Spirit leads you to do it, like for example, post about your online course, or build a wait list for your online course, or host a webinar or a workshop or a challenge to promote your course, right? Things like that we can pray for. And if God gives us peace and the go signal to do it, then we should do it. We should do it. And then the third thing that we are called to be is to shine, or to do is to shine before men. It says here, let your light so shine before man. As I said, related to the first point, right? We are the light of the world, and we have to let that light shine. What is the use of a book if no one's going to read it? If it's just going to stay in the shelves, right? What is the use of your course if you have taught so much in that course and made it a really transformational course? Kudos to you. That is in itself an achievement and something that you have to be proud of, because a lot of people out there in this industry are not even taking their course creation seriously, to the point that even if they marketed their course so well, when people get inside their course, the students are like, it feels like a scam. Feels like I've been like scammed to buy this course. It's not even like helping me, or it's like all information, and I'm experiencing info overload, and now I'm overwhelmed, and I'm back to square one, and I don't even know what to do. And so what's the point of the course, right? So I digress again, but then again, once I said, let your light shine before man. And the reason for that is because God wants us to do good works so that people, men and women alike, the people who God put in our circle, in our realm of influence, may be able to see our good works. And who will they credit for it? God. They will glorify our Father in heaven because of our good works, because of how we're showing up, because of the impact and the transformations that they have experienced in your online course, because of the way that you have inspired them and encouraged them and helped them to get to their desired outcome, right? So, and I'm sure that if you're here, if you're watching right now, then your main goal is not really to put all of the credit to yourself, right? I mean, once we create our online courses, we point to God and give all the credit to Him, because we won't even have the wisdom, the grace, and the knowledge and the expertise that we need to be able to create that course if God didn't give us those things in the first place, right? So we're going to give all the credit to Him. And so everyone who gets the result and transformation out of our showing up in our online courses will glorify our Father in heaven. So now the question is, how can we be or do any of those things if we cower in fear? especially fear of marketing and selling our online courses, right? And this is such a good point because I was invited a while ago to the Coffee with Cannell show with Sean Cannell and Think Media. Thank you so much once again, Sean, and the Think Media team for giving me that opportunity to have that, coaching session, a channel audit by Sean, and being able to, get his tips and strategies to improve my YouTube channel. And one of the things that God reminded me while I was in the session, coaching session in the live stream with Sean, is the verse, 2 Timothy verse chapter 1 verse 7. Don't quote me on that, but it says, for God does not give us the power, for God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and of sound mind. So the fear, we have to renounce it, we have to rebuke it. If at all, we have to realize it's just the enemy trying to stop us from getting out of our shell and from, being the city that cannot be hidden, because he himself believes that your course has the potential to change a lot of people's lives and to lead a lot of people to closer to God, and to get them to help them and serve them and support them in good, amazing ways, right? And the enemy is afraid of that because, like, he knows that if you're able to do that, many will glorify our Father in heaven. So we have to stop cowering in fear and step into a new wineskin of power, love, and of sound mind. Those are the things that we receive from Christ himself, right? So now that that's all of that said, let's go from I'm afraid to sell to I can sell my course confidently and with ease. I tell you that if you execute on the mindset shifts and the strategies that we're going to talk about in a minute, you're going to be able to go from I'm afraid to sell to saying I can sell my course confidently and with ease. So are you excited? Comment a thumbs up here in Zoom, or if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're watching this the replay of this on the YouTube as well. So let me know that you guys are getting value so far. Let me just go ahead and see our YouTube live chat. Okay. Oh, Jenna says, yay, I made it to the class. Good points. Yay, thank you so much for being here. And I'm hoping that you guys are getting a lot of value and nuggets from this. And inspired as well to be able to market your online course successfully. Okay, so here's past Myra. Literally past Myra, like this was my very first official business photo shoot. I mean brand photo shoot. And I think this was 2019, if I'm not mistaken. So back then, what you would think is a confident person is actually feeling icky when it comes to selling, when it comes to sales. Like when I launched my very first online course back in February of 2019, I was absolutely terrible at sales. It's really not about me thinking that I lacked the skills and the tech savviness to get my online course out there, but it was more like I was crippled by my fear of selling. And I used to think back then that selling my online course successfully would mean I have to be super aggressive. Like all of those like salespeople who approach us in the malls and we like awkwardly walk away from or reject because it just feels awkward, like you don't even know them and they're trying to make a conversation to you and you know that the agenda is to sell, right? So sales at that point had a bad rep to me, because as a Christian, as a Catholic, I used to think that wanting money is bad, so I should just give away my courses and my services for free instead of putting a price on them. And I also at that point was much of a people pleaser, big people pleaser at that time, by the way. And so I was scared that people were going to think that I'm greedy or that I'm a failure if I didn't succeed in selling my course. So I had all of these like limiting beliefs when it comes to sales. And then come 2020, the pandemic happened at that time, right? So I had a lot of isolation. I had a lot of alone time myself. And thankfully, at that point, I used that time to seek God and His will, not only in my life, but also in sales and business. That is truly the time when I finally surrendered my business to God and asked Him to be the core, the center of my business and every aspect of my life. Because at that point, I had just been like a mediocre Christian, if you would say it, a lukewarm Christian, right? So I would pray, I would attend Mass and Sunday Masses, and I would, you know, talk to God every night. But still, when it comes to like the decisions or the strategies that I was doing, or even at that point, I was still like, God still has, I mean, I was still following some new age like stuff at that time, right? But I'm really grateful that God redeemed me from that. Um, and so with all of that, I finally surrendered my business to Him and realized that my business is not something that should be separate from my faith. My faith is actually, it should actually be instilled in my business. It should actually be the core of my business, right? So I used that time to seek God, to be able to, where is the business going? What do you want to do with it? What's your promise and your word for our business? And what do you want me to do? How do you want me to show up as an entrepreneur? So all of that said, what really changed was first and foremost my surrender to God, and then finally my mindset and approach to sales. God changed a lot of my mindset when it comes to sales. So, talking about mindset now, here are the things that you can reframe in your mindset when it comes to selling your online course. Here are the things you need to realize about selling your online course that sometimes contradict with your belief or with your with your belief right now, because you have all of these limiting beliefs. But trust me, if you realize and internalize and execute upon these mindset shifts, these mindset transformations, then you'll be able to successfully sell your online course. Number one, your course is a solution. Your course is a vehicle of transformation. By the way, please leave in the chat if you are getting value so far. Like comment yes or whatever, or your biggest aha moment thus far. And I will really appreciate it. So yeah, let's continue. So number one, the first mindset shift is that your course is a solution. What you can see here, right, is a graphic that I created. So there's point A, your client or your ideal course student's current situation. And then there's point B, their desired outcome. This is where they want to go. This is where they want to be. This is how they see their ideal day or who they are in the future, right? This is their dream. But they're stuck in the current situation. So let's say that there's someone who is feeling stuck in their 9 to 5 jobs, and yet they're like dabbling a little bit on content creation in social media, right? And then they're really feeling miserable in their 9 to 5 job, and it's taking a toll on their mental health. It's taking a toll on their interaction with their family members when they go home from their work, right? But their desired outcome is that they have time freedom. They can work anywhere at any time. They are, creating content. They're a successful content creator who is inspiring and encouraging and teaching to to the people. Like, for example, I'm just making up like an identity for this person. Like maybe they have run a successful family business on the side, right? And so she wants to, and that's on top of the 8 to 5 job, 9 to 5 job that she has. But their desired outcome is that she can let go of this job and be a successful content creator who can work anywhere, anytime. So now let's say that you are an expert in content creation. You are an expert. You have helped your clients create content after content that converted a lot of people to becoming their customers and their clients. You are good when it comes to branding and messaging and positioning, when it comes to content creation, that your clients, you have helped them boost their sales in their business. And the people that you have worked with, they have also established a good credibility in their industry or in their field. So they're seen as a credible expert. And so, that attracts more of the right potential clients to them. So now you have this expertise and you think, okay, I can create a course out of this. And that person who we were talking about a while ago is actually your ideal course student, right? And so here's what I'm saying. Your course is a solution. Your course now is a vehicle of transformation. Your knowledge that you have turned, your knowledge of course of content creation that you have turned into a course is now the vehicle that that person can take so that they can go from their point A to their point B, right? Because you have that knowledge, that God-given expertise as well, the educational background that you have had and the experiences that that person, let's say this person who's good at content creation, has practiced for so many years in their family business, right? So here's a question. If you know you have the answer to someone's struggles or problems, won't you want to help them? Right? So there's really no use in keeping our knowledge and expertise to ourselves. That's the point that I'm trying to go here, to point out here. And second thing is, your course is a way for you to steward your God-given gifts and expertise. These are the things that God gave you precisely so you can share them to others. Sometimes when we're in the difficult moments of our lives and when we're in the rock bottom, it's very hard to see the reason why God allowed for us to be there in the first place. But when we're out there and when we have overcome those giants, right? We would now realize that actually maybe the reason God allowed that is for us to learn the lessons in that season, for us to teach in the future, in our present, so that the people who may be struggling with those same problems or challenges, we can help them, right? That is a mystery, but also at the same time, a clarity that hits you that actually God wants me to be a vessel. He did that so that he can get something through me, and now I can get something to other people, right? So someone out there, I want to point out that someone out there needs your course. The things that you have struggled with before, that you have now, you can now create a course about and teach about and talk about and share about and equip other people in. These are things that someone out there need. They're really like just looking for the solution, and you have to show up. You have to unapologetically sell your course because they need it, right? So an example here is I worked with a motherhood coach before, And now there's a lot of like Instagram reels and YouTube shorts in my feed of like mothers stressing about taking care of their newborns. I'm not really planning to be a mom pretty soon, but I do know that it is very hard. And it takes a lot more grace and a lot more prayers from God. I mean, a lot more prayers and a lot more grace from God to be able to do it, right? And it's not like there's not like a right or wrong thing when it comes to it, and it's something that you have to explore, right? But a lot of mothers right now are stressing about taking care of their newborns, and a structure or maybe like a step-by-step process, or things that or a checklist that they can like know that they can do to kind of reassure them that they're showing up as a good mother, and maybe to even help them avoid postpartum depression, or if they can, if that is something that is not avoidable, then how they can handle that and overcome that, right? So for this motherhood coach client of mine, that is one of her that is one of the problems that she was trying to solve in her course, right? So her motherhood course really helped. Taking care of newborns, that's really the ideal course student for her, is like mothers who have newborns. That's it, right? And then another client of mine is an accountant serving small business owners. Um, and she created a course that teaches people the basics and foundations of doing business and managing the business finances the legal and the right way, so that they won't lose money and they can do their accounting, especially if they can't hire an accountant just yet, right? To avoid them having problems with the IRS. So these are specific problems that people have, that other people, like my accountant client, saw. And she knew that she had the expertise for it. She had the solution for it. So why not create a course about it, right? So that is essentially another mindset shift here, is that you have to realize that your course, like, someone out there needs your course, and it is your way to steward your God-given gifts and expertise. And if we are called to be a city on a hill that cannot be hidden, right? Then you there's no use for you to keep your expertise and your God-given knowledge and skills and talents and gifts just all for yourself. Another thing is your course deserves to make a profit, because so you can be a bigger blessing to the world. Your course deserves to make a profit because, number one, God gives us the power to create wealth. That's said in Deuteronomy 8:18. And if it was his idea, if God gave you your online course idea in the first place, then he may be using it to provide for you and your family as well, right? And you're here because you have good intentions of building, and maybe you're looking to build generational wealth for your family and your children's children. That is in the in Proverbs, right? So having passive income streams like an online course help with that. And then another point is that the more profit your online course makes as well, the more you or we can bless other people as well. So we can use whatever we have profited. We can use our profit to hire a team member who needs a job and who is also equally um, equally knowledgeable when it comes to like whatever you want to hire or outsource. We can donate more. We can volunteer more because we now have the time. We can provide for ministries. We can support communities, things like that, right? Again, it's just one drop. Your course is just one drop, but it can change a lot of things in your life, in your family's lives, in the generations to come, and in the people who you have served and helped and impacted through your course. Right. So let me know if you're getting value thus far. Let me see. I just need to drink some water. Okay, let's look at the YouTube live chat. Oh, just notified says, "Hi Myra, saw your coaching session on Think Valuable channel. I have a YouTube channel and eventually want to create a course. I'll be checking out more of your vids." That is awesome. Welcome to the space, our little space, Myra Kate Cole, on the YouTube platform. So yeah, definitely check out more of our vids. Even those of you here who are watching the replay, um, who is in Zoom or watching the live chat, if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do, because I upload a lot of like insightful and useful videos there also about course creation tips and strategies that you can apply as kingdom-driven women coaches and entrepreneurs. So yeah. Okay, going back. So my last point when it comes to the mindset shifts that you have to reframe when it comes to sell or regarding sales is that people are actually willing to pay for solutions and transformations. People do transactions every day. Sometimes we are just feeling so afraid and so icky when it comes to like selling to other people, because we think like, it will take a lot of convincing for them to invest, or that people won't find value in $1,000 course, or people are just buying the basics, like basic necessities like food or water or whatever, right? So actually, people are willing to pay for solutions and transformations. If you just look up online course in whatever industry you're at right now, in business, startup, social media, Instagram management, I could think of 1,000 industries or fields, right, online. There must have been someone who has already created an online course or even a service or a program, a coaching program even, about it, or about something in that topic or in that industry. And they are actually selling, they're making good sales, right? So it's not impossible at all that your course will be profitable, right? You just have to work on the foundations of your course, of course, and your positioning and how you are going to map out your foundations to make it a really irresistible online course. Things that are actually required so that your online course students will know if your course is actually the right thing for them, because we are running our businesses with integrity. So we also don't want to just make sales and then obviously the people inside the course are feeling scammed because it's not actually a course for them or that would help them, right? So we are running our business with integrity. So we have to be honest and we have to be transparent when it comes to the positioning of our course. That being said, going back to the point, people are willing to pay for solutions and transformations, and they do transactions every day. Like, just imagine, when was the last time you went to the supermarket and bought something? Or when was the last time that you bought something from Amazon, like a book? Or when was the last time you invested in a coaching program or a mini course or a digital product of some sorts of whoever um expert or influencer or coach that you are following online? When was what maybe this thing? When are you, or how do I say it? Like, maybe you're even planning to buy stuff on the Black Friday sale. So people are doing transactions every day, and as long as that thing that they're purchasing is actually something that they put value in, then they're willing to pay for it. And so now it is your job as a course creator to position your course to make sure that your ideal course students will know that your course will see value in your course, right? So these are the mindset shifts that I want you to reflect on and also internalize and execute upon as well. But we're not just going to stop there. We're going to talk about the practical strategies, Christ-centered strategies to successfully sell your course. So do let me know again if this is if you're getting value so far. What's the among the mindset shifts that we have talked about, what is the thing that you resonated with the most? Yeah. How about you, Michelle, here in Zoom? Everything good so far? Let me know if you have been finding this training valuable. See. Oh. Yunundan said, Myra, from where I come from, old school, your platform to let the light of God's kingdom radiate and transform hearts and cultures is for me cutting edge. Abba takes delight in you. That is gonna make me cry. Thank you so much, Yunundan. Michelle says yes, it is valuable. Okay. Thank you so much for all your wonderful comments. And if you're watching the replay again, feel free to comment below as well. Okay, so now let's talk about the Christ-centered strategies to successfully sell your course. Like as we said, Jesus is the best marketer of all time. So why not learn from him? Why not model after the things that he did when he was here and, you know, even until now? So why not model and do business and market our course in and through Jesus's ways, right? So first thing we have to learn from Jesus is this. Though Jesus' objective was to spread his message and teachings to the ends of the earth, right? Every nook and cranny of the earth. He actually started with a small subgroup of people. And in Matthew 15:24, it says, but he answered and said, I was not sent except to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And that is his small subgroup. The subgroup of people that he chose to let's say target first when it comes to his message, right? So the lost sheep of the house of Israel, which are Jewish people at that time. But he even targeted a smaller subgroup under being like Jewish people, right? And that is the outcasts, the lost sheep. He didn't just target the house of Israel or everyone in there. He actually he started with the lost sheep of the house of Israel. These are the outcasts, the least, the lost, and the last, the sinners and the tax collectors, the people who felt isolated and rejected by their society at that time, right? And like, you know, I'm like, don't quote me on this, but like even more than that, he picked people with certain like lifestyles, like fishermen, you know, with people who his disciples were mostly in that, like, you know, farmer, fisherman, what's the word, occupation, you know what I mean? So he didn't like, he didn't come to earth and God became human, like said, okay, i'm gonna change the entire world and like go everywhere. No, he started with this because he knows the power of this subgroup. He knows the power of focusing first in this, like, it may seem small, but it's actually big, and it impacts big when it comes to the the transformation, right? So the thing here to learn from Jesus is that, first and foremost, the very thing that you have to do for your course is to identify who it's going to be. When you're clear who you're going to serve with your online course, it can't be like people from around the world, people from different, like with different lifestyles, and like they have different careers and all of that. Because if we're scattered and we're confused with who we are serving, then we can expect that the people who uh who follows us, who are our audience online, who are in the realm of our influence online, would actually be confused, right? Like, who is this course even for? So you have to be clear with that. And then the second thing to learn from Jesus is this: position your course for those who want and see value in your offer. So Jesus told his disciples in Matthew 10, verse 14, whoever who will not receive you nor hear your words, when you depart from that house or city, shake off the dust from your feet. It doesn't mean that he was telling his disciples and even him that if someone rejected him, then they're not going to love and bless and care for that person, or for those for that family or those people anymore, right? He still loved, blessed, and cared for those people even if they rejected him, but he also gave his focus to the people who was hungry for what he offers. And we all know that he offers, the message of salvation and forgiveness and redemption and God's love, right? So he focused on the people who was hungry for that, who was looking for that, who knew that they needed that, right? So they see value in their offer. Michelle says, gotta hop off, talk soon. Of course, you can always watch the replay as well. Thank you so much, Michelle, for being here. If you're watching the replay now. Okay, so going back, this is why market research is important. This is why you have to actively search for the people who know they need the solution that your course offers. Because it will be very hard, actually, to convince someone of the value of your course if they themselves don't see that they need a solution for it, for the kind of problem or struggle that your course is answering to, right? So you have to actively search, you have to do market research, you have to talk to people in your audience and you know be socially inviting and welcoming to them, so that you will know in the first place what's the problem that your course is going to answer. And now that you know that they need that solution, now you can ask them, are they willing to invest in your course, right? Are they willing to commit to your course? It's not just about the payment that matters here. It's about their commitment as well to do the work, and to make time for your course lessons, for them to be able to get the results, the desired outcome that they want out of your course, right? And not just the market research thing, but also this is why working on the positioning of your course, on mapping your course foundations, is so, so important, because you would want to speak and resonate with those people, with your ideal course student, right? In the first thing that we learned from Jesus, we know that we have to have that subgroup of people who to serve and help first, right? So now that you know who they are, you want to make sure that the positioning of your course, everything that you do when it comes to your marketing, your sales page, your promotional content on Instagram, all of it speaks and resonates with those people. right? Oops. Okay. And then the next thing to learn from Jesus in marketing is to not water down the value of your course. Don't lowball your course and price it too low just because you think people will only buy if you did so. You think that people will only buy low ticket online courses. If God calls you to create low ticket courses, then good for you. Do that. Follow his instructions. Obey him. But sometimes when pricing our course, we lowball our courses, our offers, because we think that the only way people are going to buy this is if it's like priced too low. But that's not the case. That also actually reflects on how much you value your course and your God-given expertise and skills, right? And so Jesus said in Jesus said in Luke chapter 14, verse 27, he said, "And whoever does not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple." Jesus knew the significance of what he offered, which is in John 10:10, an abundant life, a life to the full. I do know, was it Hebrew or Greek? It's called a Zoe, like Zoe, life. It's a life to the full, right? But he also was transparent with the cost of what he offered. He asked a lot from his disciples and followers, which is to bear the cross. And a lot are called, a lot are maybe interested in what Jesus offers, but only a few say yes to this. Only a few actually do bear his cross and go after him, right? And really, if Jesus asked us a lot to be able to do this thing that we are doing, this kingdom entrepreneurship thing, this kingdom course creation, then why are we watering down the value of our course? Why do we think that we have to lower the cost of our course just to make people enroll or buy? So another perspective that I want you to see is that if your course students are the right people and are committed to it and have paid the investment, they were willing to actually pay the investment, however much it is, then the higher chances that they're actually going to complete your course. I have nothing against freebie seekers, but I have a question. How much of the free things have we downloaded online, the freebies, right? Have we actually gone through and executed? How much have those helped us to get to the desired results and transformations that we want in the first place? I bet that, like, even for me, I can attest to this. Like, I invested thousands of dollars already to learning from like coaches who knew what they were doing already in the thing that I wanted to learn from, or to get to the desired result that I wanted to go to, right? And learning from them, and even investing so much in their programs, it will never be something that I regret, because in the first place, because of the things that I've learned through their programs, now I know that I'm slowly progressing and like slowly going closer and closer and closer to my desired result and transformation. And then because of me realizing, oh my gosh, I actually invested a lot in this course, I should really finish this course. So then it makes me even more motivated to actually work on the course and actually completing all of the lessons, even if even if those lessons were a lot, right? So again, do not water down the value of your course. And the last but not the least in these Christ-centered strategies to successfully sell your course is to focus on the transformations of your course when marketing your course, not just the features. So have you actually, like, in the Bible, when you read it, like, have you actually seen Jesus just marketing himself through his miracles and good deeds, like telling people, go to um uh like, go listen to me because of the miracles and the good deeds that I'm going to do? No, right? He made lots of them, lots of healing miracles. The blind was able to see, the lame was able to walk, but still he was marketing the deeply felt human need of his people, which is transformed lives. They wanted transformed lives. So learn from Jesus. And so in your sales page and emails and promotional social media content for your course, direct your message toward the deeper need of your ideal course students. Instead of just easily brushing it off and describing like your features, like, oh, you have to you have to invest or enroll in my course because I have like 100 lessons inside, or I have like 25 bonuses inside, or I have this much group coaching sessions, or I have like a Facebook group community, or da 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 da, right? But actually direct your message toward the deeper need. Your course outcome and transformation should be so clear that your students can state in their own words how your course will be able to benefit them and improve their lives. That is how your course will stand out. If you are clear with your course outcome and transformation, and if your messaging and your marketing is centered around that, then your course will be a no-brainer to your students, right? So again, focus on the transformations of your course when marketing your course, not just the features. So we've tackled a lot already in this training. So I hope that you have gotten value so far. Let me know your aha moments in the chat box, in the comments if you're watching the replay. I would love to hear them. And if you do have questions, I can answer them as well after after our training session. So go ahead and leave your comments as well, so I can get back to them after our training session. So let me look at our live chat. Awesome. So yeah, leave your questions in the live chat or in the comments. So my question to you now is, are you ready to multiply your income and impact? Are you ready to create transformational courses that would help you achieve time and financial freedom and multiply and make a bigger impact to your audience and to the world in general? Because if yes, then I want to introduce you to my program, the Courses with Confidence. So in the previous trainings, I have just talked about a little bit about the waitlist for this program, because we haven't opened the enrollment yet. But right now, the Courses with Confidence is actually open for enrollment to those in the waitlist, to those who signed up in the waitlist. But because you are here watching this training now, in whether in YouTube or in Zoom or in the replay, then you will have access to the enrollment page even starting now. You don't have to wait until November 18 to be able to enroll in the course. So let me talk to you a bit about Courses with Confidence. Courses with Confidence is a program helping Christian women, perhaps like you, to effortlessly map, create, record, set up, and sell your online courses. The goal is to grant you more time, financial freedom, and the ability to impact others with your God-given gifts and expertise. So our mission really is that we want to be able to create ripples of impact, one course at a time. We want to take back the space in the digital world that has been stolen by the enemy to mislead and teach others the world's way. A lot of online courses out there, like what I was talking about earlier, are actually like scams, or like, they ask you to invest so much money in it, but then they're not really transformational. They're not really actionable. You're still left stuck and just confused, if not lost, when it comes to what to do to get to your desired outcome and transformation. And we want to change that. We want to create ripples of impact, one online course at a time, because I do know that once you start creating courses, it's not going to be the last time you'll create a course. It's just the very first passive income stream that you're creating. And after that, you might literally be obsessed with creating courses. So this is our mission. And would you care to join us? And if yes, you might be wondering, what makes this program different than all the rest, Myra? Like, there's tons of online course creation programs out there. My answer is that I created this program with you in mind. Besides my experience, my years of experience with clients, helping them be able to create and launch their online courses, I have also implemented market research as well, asking you guys yourselves for feedback and for what you actually need and the solutions that you want and need, right? So I created this program with you in mind. So I know that some of you have started on your course creation journey already. Some of you are just starting and you are short on time. Like, you literally don't have time to spend hours on end consuming videos about course creation. And I know as well that some of you may have even invested in courses before that you still haven't finished until now because you feel overwhelmed. You feel like it's too much information. You feel like it's too complicated. It's not really actionable. And really what you want is a step-by-step process and someone who will hold your hand through the course creation journey. So Courses with Confidence offers a unique solution for you. My idea when it comes to this program is that we have our core curriculum that has two paths for you to choose from. It has the fast track and the full detail. The fast track lets you choose your own adventure and skip some lessons that you otherwise don't need. And the full detail takes you through everything that you have to learn in course creation, even if it's taking more of your time. Besides those two paths, we also have 3 packages for you to choose from. So I said to myself, maybe, it will be easier for me if there's just one package, so that there's not a lot of difference when it comes to the delivery approach of my curriculum, of what I'm teaching inside the program. But really, I would be lying to myself if I would assume that all of you have the same learning styles, the same learning needs right now, the same budget, all of that, right? So I have made these 3 packages for you to choose from. The DIY route is for you if you are an independent learner and you want to go through the course in your own time and pace. with no accountability, no additional support and coaching. You can literally think you can just do it by yourself. And you just need the step-by-step process to follow, and the resources, the templates, the copy templates, the design templates for your course, all of those things, right? That is for you, again, in the DIY route. The coaching route is if you want to learn and engage in group coaching sessions as you create your online course, and if you want accountability and hand-holding kind of support to get things done. This is actually out of my love for those of you guys who said in the market research that a lot of the courses that you have invested in before, what could have been improved is the support. So we really want to make sure that you get things done and to be able to make sure that you have support every step of the way. And lastly, we have the done for you route. So this is if you want the total package of learning how to create a course and get expert done for you service in some aspects of your course. Those aspects of your course that includes designing your sales page and setting up your course portal. So you are going to go through the core curriculum all on your own. But in the aspects of setting up your course portal and designing your sales page and writing your copy for your sales page, you have done for you help, right? And if you know that you really don't have time to do the setting up part of your course all by yourself, you'd rather delegate it to experts who can take them off from your plate, then the done for you route is for you. So again, the Courses with Confidence is a program helping Christian women like you to effortlessly map, create, record, set up, and sell your online courses. And these are all going to help you have more time, financial freedom, and the ability to impact others with your God-given gifts and expertise. In short, through the courses that we will create inside the Courses with Confidence program, you will be able to multiply your income and impact and steward your God-given gifts and expertise. So, hear it from our previous clients. What Monique Hellstrom said, she was a consultant, speaker, and former chief of Simon Sinek. What she said is, I felt more confidence in my course, and most importantly, I had better direction and clarity on how to improve it. Being so close to a product makes it hard to audit it. This whole experience with working with Myra was helpful and rewarding. Jenna Christie, a Kingdom entrepreneur and founder of She Strategy Co., said, meeting Myra was an answered prayer. I was about to launch my first ever course, but still needed so much coaching. I was starting to get a little frantic. She gave me keen and specific advice and a lot of affirmations. And I'm able to apply principles about audience building, my sales pathway, writing specific goals, and get advice from Myra with the plans I have. I have tried several coaches and courses, but with Myra, I'm learning without pressure and with utmost support and undivided attention. I'm still learning now, but I am more confident in my course and reaching my audience. I highly recommend her to someone who is just starting out and have no idea what they're doing. And then lastly, there's Buki Akioa, Christian business and wealth coach. So I helped her create her course, and this is what she said. Myra is an excellent course strategist. I had an amazing experience working with her to create my first online course. She was extremely organized, diligent, and saved me so much time. It was great to have someone else walking alongside me that was skilled in this area, and it left me with confidence that I was not missing out key things in the process. I had a course in my head, and working with Myra was what I needed to create and launch it with ease. I highly recommend her services to anyone considering creating an online course. So you're in good hands. Courses with Confidence is something that I made exactly for you. And we're going to tackle not just about the strategies, but also the confidence building part. And also for you to have clarity. Like if you can see a pattern here in these testimonials, it's that they were able to confidently create their courses. And have more ease, right? Have more ease when it comes to the creating and launching part of their course. So, are you ready to enroll? As I said, this is the link that is only available to waitlist, to those in the waitlist. But because you clicked on this video right now, you clicked on the replay, or you are here in Zoom or watching this live on YouTube or watching the replay, you will get first access to the enrollment page. And so you can go to myrakate.com/CWC dash waitlist. myrakate.com/CWC dash waitlist. We are currently launching only to the waitlist right now. So if you join before November 18, you get the early bird pricing. So the early bird pricing is the current price right now, where you can save up to $1,000. Because literally the done for you, I want to be transparent with the price. So the done for you package right now, it's just $997, but a week from now, less than a week from now, it will be up to $1,997. So really, this is the early bird pricing, and I want to make sure that you get in, because I know that some of you also, this will help you save a ton of money. And also, you will get a special bonus, the Course Creators Flight Plan. This is a personalized strategy session with yours truly, where we are going to strategize to kickstart your online course journey. We're going to make sure, okay, where are you currently at right now? And what is the plan? What is the plan for you to actually get to that point where you have successfully created and launched your online course? So if that is so usually my personalized strategy sessions costs around $267. But for now, you're going to get that as a bonus if you enroll before November 18. So are you ready? If so, enroll now at myrakate.com/CWC-waitlist. Okay, so thank you so much. Once again, I am not sure why it didn't save the thank you page. The thank you, not the thank you page, but the thank you slide that I have. But so let's stick with the slide right now. But if you have questions, now is the time to ask away and to leave them in the live chat. Or if you're watching the replay, leave them in the comments below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Answer your questions about anything course related, and I would be happy to answer them for you. So let's see. Okay. The 12 seahorse said, the problem is if you sell your course for far less just to make a sale, the customer will expect the same for the next course. Eventually, you're almost producing your courses for break even only. Exactly. I couldn't agree more. So yeah, I agree with the 12th seahorse with his with their comment here. Really, this is a problem when it comes to lowballing your offer, your course, right? So if you think that your course is only valued at like what, $30, $40, and you're like, and the results, the ROI of your course is actually helping them, for example, start a business or create content online, or even like learn how to sew, or stitch or whatever for your home, if that's a course that you're planning to create, or if it's teaching them how to learn the guitar, and it's helping them so much, then really, is that all the value? Of course, there's a difference between like a low ticket course when it's like, your delivery is just a mini course, there's just 1 to 3 lessons in there. But if it's a big lesson with a big outcome and transformation, then you shouldn't water down the value of it. Because as they said here, which I completely agree in, is that the customer will really expect the same for the next course. Like they're gonna think, if Myra sold her course for just $40, and yet I was able to get an ROI of $2,000 from it, from taking action, um, then now she's launching her new course, but it's a lot more expensive. It's going to be so hard for them. There's going to be more resistance for them to invest or enroll in it, right? So I hope that makes sense. So let me know once again if you do have questions now, leave them now so I can answer them for you. But if not, I can also answer your questions once you're watching the replay, because I do know that people are busy. So yeah. I know nobody's asking this, but I got my hoodie, cropped hoodie, from She Strategy Co. It says, Jesus is my CEO here. So if you guys want this hoodie, you can pre-order it at shestrategyco.com. Okay, so I'm gonna give like maybe a minute. I'm gonna wait a minute for your questions. While I'm sipping on my water, because I have been up since 3 a.m. today, you guys. And yeah. So let me know if you guys have any questions whatsoever. And again, if you want to check out the Courses with Confidence program, just go to myracate.com/CWC waitlist. And save up to $1,000 if you enroll before November 18. And that's also where you can, see what else you're going to learn inside the program. What are the bonuses? There are a lot more bonuses there, you guys. Um, but as I said a while ago, we focus on the transformations when talking and marketing our courses. And I want to walk the talk when it comes to that. And I want to make sure that you just understand that the outcome for this course is that you will be able to map, create, record, set up, and sell your online courses with confidence and with ease, right? And it will grant you more time, financial freedom, and the ability to impact others with your God-given gifts and expertise. My client, whose story I shared in the beginning of this training, she was already able to make $15,000 plus with the course that we created. And still, it's growing by the day. Her revenue still grows by the day because an online course is a digital product that literally can generate passive income for you while you sleep, while you're traveling, while you're working in your 9-to-5 job, while you're busy taking care of your kids or cooking for your family or things like that. Like it's a great way. It's a great way for you to generate passive income. And not only that, but also multiplier impact. If you have a one-on-one coaching program and you're just too tired to just serve one-on-one, and you don't really have that much time anymore. We all have 24 hours, right? So maybe you don't have time to keep just booking one-on-one calls with your clients. And what you can actually do is have this core course, I hope that makes sense, that you will include in your coaching programs, or you can sell separately, that goes through your exact process so that you don't have to repeat yourself again and again to your clients. And second, it can serve more. Like without you showing up live every single like day or hour, right? It can serve a lot more people. Like it doesn't mean 1 hour equals one person who you help, right? So I hope that makes sense. And let me know if you have any other more questions. And so, yeah. Thank you so much, by the way, to those of you who checked this training out. And again, you can go back to our previous training replays. I've done 2 of them in the past few weeks. So watch out for that. Because of that, I wasn't able to upload weekly videos on our YouTube, but I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to go back to uploading again because all of our, free training series are done. So yeah, just have to balance everything, guys. So for now, I leave you be, and I hope that this training has helped you realize that Jesus is the best marketer of all time, and the best way that we can market our course is to model after him. That is the primary strategy to successfully sell your course. And go back to this again and again if you want to learn, if you missed some of the parts that we have talked about. We have talked about the mindset shifts and the Christ-centered, practical, actionable strategies that you can take to successfully sell and market your online course. So, Myra Kate here, and I think that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching this training, and I'll see you in the other videos in the next trainings, whenever they will be.